Hey you guys, today we're going to be making this, an interactive VR scene using Unity's XR toolkit. Now you can see we create a character using Blender, so it's a custom character, and we create the hand animations to allow our character to be controlled using an Oculus or some other type of VR headset. We also implement grabbing and create tools. We can grab these tools with two hands, and these tools interact with our scene around us. As you can see, we can smack the tool against the table and it bounces back realistically. Now, this is the mining we'll be implementing. The cool thing about this is our rock does not break unless we hit it at the right angle with the right force, making a very realistic feel. You can also do the same thing with cutting trees. As you can see, we have an axe and we chop down some coconut trees with it. The cool thing about this again is the angle that the axe hits the tree has to be correct, and the force has to be correct for this to actually go down, making it seem like the tree is actually realistic. We can also mess around with some coconuts. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Let's get started. Alright, so let's get right into it. To start this VR mining and chopping code along, we're going to have to first get the Oculus software. To do that, go to the link in the description and that should lead you to this page right here. Now, this page, you scroll down, you can get the software from right here. Here's the download link, and this will let you get the air link and the link cable connection going from your Oculus to your Unity. Now, once you have this, it's important to first set up your software settings. So you go to your software, go to General, your Oculus software, go to General, and then for the OpenXR runtime, make sure set Oculus as active. Okay? Once you have that set up, that'll allow the connection to be enabled, be allowed on the Oculus software, and then we have to set it up from the Unity side. Now, on Unity, we're going to be using version 2022.3.5, and we're going to use the universal render pipeline version, a 3D core universal render pipeline right here. I already have the name and the location. Let's get started. Alright, so now that we have our scene open up, we can go ahead and get started. To get started with this, we want to first get some packages. To do that, we go to Window, go down to Package Manager, and we're going to switch from the packages in project to Unity registry. From here, we're going to search XR, and we need to first install the XR interaction toolkit. I'm going to go ahead and click install, and also get the starter assets so that we have our input references and everything for our controllers to have everything kind of working easily, everything set up for us. Import that. Alright, next we need to install the XR plugin management package. Cool. Now that we have both of those, we can go to File and we can go to Edit, then Project Settings, and now we have some new settings here. We can go to XR Plugin Management, and we have to set our plugin providers to Oculus right here. This will allow our computer, Unity, to connect to the Oculus headset. Now that both those things are set up, I'm going to clear all the warnings and everything. We can start setting up our scene. First, we want to delete the main camera because our character or the XR origin that we're going to add in will have a camera. To add in the XR origin, we go down to XR. This will be something new added, and we go to XR origin. This will add our player. I'm going to name it XR player. Now we open up the XR player, go into camera offset, and we could see these three game objects. The main camera, which has the camera and represents the player's head, the left controller, and the right controller. To get our left and right controller working, let me first of all just show you guys how it looks in scene. Here's our camera. To get our left and right controller working, well, not working, but just so that we are able to see something that represents our left and right controller, we'll add a cube. Onto 3D object, cube, and just call this hand and resize it 0.1 on the X, Y, and Z. Alright, then we could just copy this, and I'm copying it by Control C and paste as child. There we go. 2 cubes that will be our hands. This now is almost there. We need to do one more thing, which is set up our input references. And this is why we installed the starter packages from the package manager with the XR interaction toolkit. So an easy way to do this, so we don't have to fill out everything, we can go ahead and click this, and we have some presets. And the preset we'll be choosing for the left controller will be the left controller right here, XRI default left controller. Okay, that should set up our left controller to work. And then we want to do the same thing for our right controller. Perfect, and just pick the proper preset that matches to the name of the controller. So right controller for right controller, right? Here you want to make sure that the model prefab is set. So we have it set. It's set for us, and the older versions it's not, but perfect. Now we can go ahead and do a little test. I'll get my headset on and I'll see you guys then. Alright, I'm back. I have my headset on, and now we can go ahead and see if this is working. One important thing is that I won't be showing the screen view of my headset. I'm just going to be describing what I'm seeing. The link part is something that you guys should already be able to do, or there's a bunch of videos online, so I'm sure you guys will be able to find a way to get your headsets linked to Unity. And once the link is done, then following the tutorial or the code along is pretty easy. Alright, so when I plug it in, the first thing I see is allow connected device to access files. I'm gonna go ahead and click allow, and I get PC disconnected, and to re-establish the connection, let me go ahead and unplug the USB and re-plug it in, and make sure you guys have a USB cable that is compatible with your Quest. Okay, so I get the pop-up again to enable Quest link. I'm going to go ahead and enable. Alright, my link has been established. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch to the monitor that has my Unity and everything set up on it. Now on the bottom you'll see a bunch of tabs. Just go to the monitor, go to the desktops, and I have two, so I click the monitor with Unity. You'll see Unity pop up just like you'll see like your desktop view, and then click play. When you click play, everything in your headset should go black and your game is loading in now. And there we go. Nice. I'm loaded in. You see my controller, which is cool, and you see cubes representing my hands, and the rotation's nice. Everything's pointing, and you can even see the ray. There's some ray interaction right there. It's blocking it. So there we go. Simple setup. Now we can move on to getting some type of representation of our hands that is better than cubes. Alright. So let me go ahead and go back to Unity. Now one thing that's interesting is I don't know where those controllers came from. Ray interactor, line interactor. I'm going to turn all this off. The ray interactor, the line renderer, the XR ray interactor. Just turn all that off. And honestly, I should remove it, but I just want to see where that controller came from. It's in older versions that was not there. Okay, so all that's disabled. That's probably where it came from. XR controller left. Get rid of that layer. I'm just going to go ahead and click none for this. And go to right controller, open this up and click none. Now let's see, it should just show our hands as cubes. There we go, perfect. Hands as cubes, everything is working fine, and we just have a basic setup, right? Very controlled, nothing weird going on. You guys saw the cubes get made. You guys know why this is being controlled, because of the way we have our input set up on those two objects that represent our left controller and our right controller, right? So cool, now let's get started on the proper representation of our hands, something that is a little bit more realistic. I'd like to mention that I created a Discord server so that all of you can talk to me whenever you need. If any of these projects or any of my other projects are interesting to you and you would like my help with something else, or just like to discuss and talk about things, please join the Discord server. I'll try my best to be on there, and we'll even host some random talk nights or something. So hope to see you there. Thanks everybody for watching. So this will be the end of this part, and we'll continue this along in the next one. If you guys enjoyed this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. It would help me out. And also remember to join the Discord if you're interested in having conversations or listening into some of the talk nights. Have a good one. Goodbye.